In this video, I'll be showing you a fast and easy way how to put a window air conditioner into a horizontal sliding window. The best part about this method is that you don't need a window bracket. All you're gonna need is just a metal rod. You can pick up a metal rod at just about any hardware store. I got mine from Lowe's, and the size of this one is 3/8 of an inch. You don't want to go larger than that, but you can go smaller, like 1/4 inch or maybe even a little smaller than that, and it'll still work good. We're gonna put our metal rod into this channel right here, the window channel. There's a groove and a lip on the side. So this is gonna be one side, it's nice and sturdy. The metal rod is gonna be leaning up against it. And the other side, we have two options, there's two grooves. There's the window that opens and closes, and then the stationary window. So I'm probably gonna be using this groove right here. It's a little bit more sturdy, but really you could use either one of them. Both of them will work just fine. But before I cut my metal rod, let's just make sure it fits. So one side is gonna go over here, and then the other, we're gonna stick inside of this groove. And it does fit nicely right inside of that groove. I used a hacksaw to cut my bar to size, but you could use a grinder or some other power tool to cut yours. Or if you don't have any tools, a lot of hardware stores will cut them for you if you ask. Okay, now let's see how precise my cutting was. Nice, look how snug it is. This is good. You want it nice and snug. It shouldn't be moving side to side too easily. Best if it doesn't move at all, like this one. And some people ask, is this really okay? Is that gonna be enough to hold the air conditioner in? And yes, the answer is it is okay, and it is more than enough to hold the air conditioner in place. This steel bar is super sturdy. Even if I got a size that is quite a bit smaller than this, it would probably still hold the air conditioner just fine. To be honest, even a small wooden stick would be enough to hold the window air conditioner in place because most of the weight actually goes on the windowsill. The AC is designed to put most of the weight right here in the middle. It's just a little bit heavier on the outside, so it slants easier to the outside for drainage purposes. Now that the bar is cut out, we're ready to put the window air conditioner in. And if we look at the bottom of it, most of these units, if not all of them, are gonna have a little bracket. These little things on the bottom, these go into the channel groove on the window on the bottom. So let's go ahead and insert those inside of the window and see how that goes. Oh man, these things are heavy. If you have somebody that can help you, that might be nice. Otherwise, just take it nice and slow. There you go, I got it inside. I don't know if the camera's gonna catch that, so this bracket goes inside of the channel on the window. So now my AC is in. Right now it's balancing on the windowsill, and as you can see, it doesn't take much for me to be able to hold it. So you don't really need anything too heavy duty to be able to hold it. A metal rod like this is more than enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide that in. Just like that. With window air conditioners, you want them to be tilted just slightly on the outside, so you want the back side to be tilted downwards. But obviously this tilt is way too much. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna slide this back, take my bar out. So I had my bar inside of this channel on top of the window air conditioner. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put it behind it. That way it's gonna lift the air conditioner up a little bit. So it was inside, now I'm gonna put it behind. See how that changes things for me. Just like that. There, that looks way better. So now it's tilted just slightly, not massively like it was before. And because the two channels that I used are not perfectly aligned, we got a little bit of a gap going right here. But that's no big deal, that's not gonna harm anything. We're just gonna put some weather stripping in there and it'll be good. Also, over here on this side of the window air conditioner, we see that it's flush right to the window frame. That is good. But on this side, we got that gap that I was talking about. In my case, I got lucky and I can just simply close it. But sometimes you won't be as lucky. So you wanna double check this ahead of time, what channels you're gonna use, and if you wanna close up the window and cut the metal rod shorter before you start cutting everything and putting everything in. When you go to the store to buy the metal rod, it's also a good time to buy a roll of this foam weather stripping, which works really well to seal up the gaps underneath the air conditioner and also on the sides if you have any gap. This stuff is really fluffy, so you can just kind of cram it in there. Just like that. All the way around the unit. And then for an extra measure, if you want, you can put some Scotch tape just all the way around to seal it up as well. People sometimes are concerned that the unit will accidentally fall out, but it's in there super sturdy. I mean, there's no way this thing is gonna fall out on accident. The only way it's gonna fall out is if somebody takes this metal rod and yanks it out. Then of course it's gonna come flying out. As for the area on top of the window air conditioner, you could use some plexiglass to seal that up. I have a video where I installed another window air conditioner and I show how to do that if you're interested. But if your unit is going to be on the first floor and you're concerned about security, another option, which isn't as pretty but it's doable, is to use plywood. So with the plywood, you would simply take a piece of plywood, cut it out to size, and put it over the lip, the frame on the window. You would put it over it, and then you would put another piece of plywood on the outside and screw them both together from the inside. So you're gonna have two pieces of plywood screwed together. That should be plenty to keep any unwanted visitors away. Another good thing to do is to take a piece of wood or a pipe, cut it out to size, and put it inside of the window channel behind the window to make sure that that window doesn't get open while that window air conditioner is in there. So I can cut this piece of wood out to size and just lay it in here all the time while the unit is in the window. So here's what it looks like on the outside. And like I said, you do want it tilted just slightly on the outside so that the condensation can drain out on the outside so nothing goes in. Which brings me to another question. How about the rain? Is it okay for this unit to be out in the rain? And the answer is yes. As long as you did a pretty decent job at sealing things up with plywood or with the plexiglass, and you put some tape and weather stripping, you should be fine unless a really, really big rainstorm comes through. Then you might get a little bit of water in there. But this unit is designed to be outdoors. The grate's right here, there's nothing covering it. So if rain gets on top, it's okay. It's just gonna drain out through the bottom of the unit. And this is my favorite part right here. No brackets. Look at that, it's just kind of hanging out. And of course, we do need to test it to make sure that it's cooling. And it is. It feels so nice. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is usually the part where I would tell you a pizza joke, but I'm afraid it's a bit too cheesy this time. So instead, I'll just ask you, which building in New York has the most stories? The public library.